All right, so we're here. God bless you all. I see Brother One Way's in the house, but can you guys hear me? That's the most important thing. You see, that's the most important thing. So today we have a black man, an African American black Christian who's going to be joining us today. Now, we see that a lot of Hebrew Israelites and a lot of Israelites or what have you, they criticize the church and they say that a lot of the folks in the church are effeminate. They say these things. Well, I had the blessing and pleasure to bring this man on today. Now, as I post this video here, I want you guys to watch this video because this video was the video that pretty much inspired me to bring this brother on. So I'm going to bring the video on and I'm going to show you guys a little something. So let me show you guys a quick little something real quick because these brothers do go way back. These brothers do go way back. So as you can see, Deacon Hasad made a video pretty much calling Christians effeminate. And I saw a response that this brother made. Now, I didn't mean to show his wife. Obviously, his wife is in the profile picture. So I didn't mean to do that. So we won't highlight the name. But interesting short Alton Johnson made in response to Deacon. I will admit that a lot of churches are ran by women. It is true, but not all. Alton is as tough as they come, and I'd like to hear a conversation take place between them one day. It's always good to build, and Deacon did say that he was going to be here today. Okay? Now, I sent Deacon the link. I don't know if Deacon blocked my number. He probably did because I uploaded a video yesterday, and maybe he got upset. Maybe he changed his number. Who knows? However, as you can see here, just to give y'all a little background, you feel me? Because we need to give you some background. Deacon responded to this live chat right here. And on this live chat, he said, "Are you ready again?" I said, "Again?" I didn't know these brothers talked. So now let's play the video. And once we play that video, what the heck is going on here? Give me 1 second. It was a little bit of technical difficulties. Just one moment. There we go. I found it. Okay. All right. So let me post the video here. And then once I post this video here, you guys will see what the deal is. So here's the video that Deacon Hasad made.
Any Christian man in the church is more than likely homosexual because the church is so effeminate and lacking of real men. It's ran by women. I mean, go in there and look at it. The men are docile.
Hey, listen, let me tell you like this. Don't let these Hebrew Israelites gas you up thinking that Christian men are soft and docile and we're so effeminate and we're low-key on the down low. I'm going to tell you like this. Don't go running up on the wrong Christian man because that might be a bad day for you. The thing about us Christian men is that we're more disciplined and we're more mature. So a lot of things that may affect a lot of these Hebrew Israelite guys where they'll get all upset and they want to throw temper tantrums. Us Christian men who really walk with the Lord, we know when to walk away and we know how to choose our battles wisely. Now, you're going to mess with one of our families, I'm just going to warn you right now. All you guys, the Hebrew Israelites, all of those who are anti-church and all of that.
That's why I said.
All right, so there you have it. So that was the response. And here we have the man himself. Obviously, we're waiting on Deacon. I think Deacon might have blocked me or his phone died. It's one of those two, man. It could only be one of those two. I mean, my text is just not going through. I mean, either there was an emergency or the man blocked me. And if Deacon blocked me, no love is lost after all. But Alton, you're here. We have a Hebrew Israelite backstage, and we have another brother that is very important to the Christian community that I will introduce in a bit. But Alton, go ahead, man. Tell us, brother. Yeah. You're a black man. You're a Christian. Are you a weak man? Are you effeminate? Talk to me, man.
I don't know.
Are you GAY? You know,
I'm not
I mean, brother, these are the stereotypes.
I know. I'm still trying to grow my hair out so I can get me a slick back. I need to grow me a slick back, get a perm. I need to put on something with some shoulder pads and you know, give me one of them TD Jakes long suits, with the jacket that come all the way to the feet so it look like a dress. So that might I might be on my way to that. But nah, I mean, I think I'm as pretty masculine as they come. I mean, I like getting dirty. My job is getting dirty, fixing things. Uh, you know, trying to make things right. I got a wife, beautiful wife at that. Got kids. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not scared of sweat or anything like that. But I mean, if that's what's called effeminate nowadays, I don't know the way that the world is going. So
Yeah. Yo, special shout out to Mike Signorelli's daughter. I think she laughed at my questions to you. I wasn't serious, by the way. I don't think that you're effeminate. I don't think that you're gay. I don't think any of these things. So let's just get the record very clear here. All right.
yeah.
Here we have another man. Now this man, I want to ask you a question, Arthur. Are you an Edomite?
Ask me the same question.
Are you an Edomite? Are you
Oh, God.
gay? Are you effeminate?
Oh gosh. There's a really cool short online, and there's two things I'll answer to this. There's a really cool short of Joe Rogan. He's talking to I forget the actor's name, but he's usually in like mob movies, and they're talking about Armenian men. And Joe Rogan says Armenian men are like refreshingly some of the most masculine men that you come across. And so if you've hung out with Armenian men, you probably know that. So that's my first answer. I grew up in a culture where masculinity is celebrated in the home, celebrated in my home.
Bro, does
And
does this guy have like braids calling Alton effeminate?
And look at the way his lips is turned in the picture. Like, come on, what grown man has his lips like that? That's not effeminate. Oh, I know. Alton is effeminate. He's 100% effeminate. What a do rag. Nah, let me stop, man. Let me stop. I repent. I'm sorry. I don't. I'm
Come
sorry.
on, man.
so
Don't be
it's just like okay, but I'm not going to comment. But
you're a
it's
pastor.
sometimes it's good sometimes to just shut it. Is what I would say is that look, I think as Christian men we're called to be masculine, but let's not confuse what worldly masculinity is with what
Wait.
biblical
Apologia Center.
masculinity
You're
is.
telling me that Andrew Tate isn't masculine?
Well, if being masculine is taking your shirt off, sitting in front of a camera, and smoking a cigar and talking to people and yelling at people, I guess he's masculine. But if masculine is Jesus weeping at his friend's gravesite, if masculine is him looking over Jerusalem and saying, "How long I have waited to gather you under my wings," for me, Jesus is the epitome of masculinity. You don't get Jesus is the perfect man, human. I mean, first and foremost, but also as a man. So he's like fully tempered in the way he interacts with people. And that's like, so if there's any kind of masculinity I want to strive towards, it's the masculinity of Jesus. If anybody's got problems with that, I mean, they can step up and we can have that conversation. And for Jesus, masculinity means at times, making a whip and chasing the money changers out of the temple, right? But at other times, it means something else. Like I mentioned, the 2 episodes where you see Jesus kind of broken heartness. So I don't try to copy what masculinity is from the worldly standards. I think quite a bit of people, even Christians, will try to copy kind of that, like kind of gun-toting, whatever that may look like. I'm a humongous fan of the Second Amendment. Okay, and so, but I don't confuse that with what the Bible calls in regards to masculinity. Being a good father is masculinity for me. Fathering my 4 children, being a good husband is masculinity for me. And
All
that's
right, I
important to
guess.
distinguish.
Okay, perfect. So now that we got that, Mr. Silver, you have the link available, brother. No need to be a gangster in the chats, brother. You got the link. You got a black man right here. This is as brown as it gets. He's a Christian, and you said he's not. You said he's effeminate. Come here and prove it. You can't just say somebody's 100% effeminate and not prove it. You got to come here and prove it. If not, you're effeminate. So with that said, I see 2 Hebrew Israelites in the back. Can you please turn on your cameras? The reason I say please turn on your cameras is because I've been flashed a couple of times.
Oh gosh.
And I don't want to get into detail of what I've seen, but that's that. But all right, brother, there you are. We got the first brother here, brother Hebrew Elevation Church, and we got Mr. Israel. Yo, you look like that guy from that scholar, that black scholar. You know who I'm
Yeah, I
talking
am a
about?
black man.
The activist dude. Y'all know
Who
who
you
I'm
talking?
talking about. Come on.
Well, are you thinking about Cornell West?
Moses.
Cornell West. Yes.
Oh man, Cornell West. I met Cornell West, by the way.
Yeah, bro, that's Cornell West, bro. I mean, yo, bro, let's share the screen real quick. Brother, turn on your camera real quick.
That's
Come
Cornell
on.
West.
That's Cornell West right here, bro. We got this man in the chat. All right, cool. All right. I think that this is the guy that called you effeminate. He actually came back.
Hold
Alright.
on.
Well, I guess he has a 6-pack, Alton, so that makes him not effeminate, you know?
I guess.
Hello?
I guess that's what that means.
Yo, we hear you, man. We hear you.
No, I just called because you talking real spicy on here. And like I said, hold on. Like I said, Alton, I said to your face, bro, you effeminate. And JP, don't play me in the chat like I'm a chump or something. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, brother.
No, I'm just
Hey,
saying,
girl.
bro. I'm just
Yes,
saying, bro.
queen.
Like, I'll be
Tell
on
him,
your
queen.
show. I'll be on
Tell
your
him,
show. I'll be
queen.
supporting you. You know what I'm saying? So don't come at me like that. You don't know me.
Facts. Take it easy. You said he was effeminate, so you
Yeah, I
got
said he was effeminate. Yeah, I
Okay.
said it. What's up?
All right, that's
Bro, why
fair.
are you yelling?
No, because
I mean,
I
there's
said
nothing to
it.
yell about.
No, because you played me like I wasn't gonna come on here. Yeah, I said it, Alton. I think you're very effeminate. I watch you on many debates. I think you're very effeminate.
Okay,
I
that's
think you're
fine.
very
But
effeminate.
you don't.
I think you're
But you the one
soft.
full of.
I think you.
All right, Silverback. You
Yeah.
think he's effeminate. That's okay. Now you got to prove why he's effeminate. So, biblically speaking, now prove why he's effeminate. Go ahead.
I don't got it. You told me to call and tell him he's effeminate. I called, told him he's effeminate. Just why? Hey, hold on. Just keep watching. Everybody keep watching, and you'll see he's the typical Christian. He's borderline homosexual, just like most men.
All right, brother. You have to substantiate.
Hey, bro, like definitions matter, man.
Yeah. I mean, he came here and he said it, but you got to substantiate biblically why he is. So he just said you're like every other Christian that's a homosexual, but he can't substantiate that. That's very unfortunate.
I know he's. I mean, I don't know. He's coming out here yelling like he's somebody's ex-baby mama or something. So it's just like, how is he masculine coming on here yelling instead of just, because real men don't do that. So I guess what real men do, I guess this is what guys are doing nowadays. Real men are coming on yelling and being all emotional for no apparent reason. It's like, man, just come on, let's just have a conversation. But I'm sorry,
Hold on. We didn't say what when you was on? Bro, I literally said you have to prove it biblically. You can't just call a man effeminate, say he's a same-sex attraction man, and then not substantiate it biblically.
Yeah,
You said he's like every
biblically, if he's actually someone who says he follows the Bible, biblically that's slander.
Right.
So it's like if you don't back it up, and you're falsely accusing someone of, well, in one sense it's just offensive. The second one, it's a sin. Then you're slandering someone. So you're in sin. Unless you can back it up, and you got some evidence to back it up. Turn on your camera, back up what you have to say. I mean, back up the statement.
Make sure he has a shirt on, though.
I mean, look, man, back up the statement that Christian men are borderline homosexual. Like, number one, you have no access to that kind of information. And all you're doing is an ad hominem attack. Like, put your logic on the table. Let's have a conversation and see whether you can prove your point or not. If you can't, you can't just resort to yelling and cutting people off and thinking that you're being masculine by doing so.
Yeah, see, that's what masculinity is, Alton. Coming in a live stream saying that, you're effeminate and then not proving how. And brother, the link is still here. So if you want to come by and prove why this, brother, I mean, I don't understand why Hebrew Israelites do not like black Christians. I don't understand. But Hebrew, you were the first one to join, bro. You joined before the show even started. So obviously the topic at hand is this. I wrote it down. It's actually in the thumbnail, but I wrote it down. So the topic of the show is going to be, are we under the law? Can non-Jews be saved? Is God a racist? So would you want to start with under the law, or do you want to start by saying, let me ask you a question. Is Alton effeminate?
I don't know him well enough. I know he's a bit soft-spoken. Some people can misinterpret that as being effeminate.
Come
But I
on,
couldn't
bro.
call him effeminate right
Come
now.
on.
Come
Is your
on,
actual
bro.
name Hebrew?
What
Elevation
a
Church.
backhanded
Hang on.
compliment.
Is your last name Hebrew? Is your first name Hebrew? Like that's your name? You just want me to call you Hebrew?
You can call me Yehuda. My name's Yehuda.
Okay, Yehuda. A lot of people think a British accent is effeminate. Would you be okay if I said that?
Did Christ not say render evil for evil? Right now, you're trying to go tit for
No.
tat.
I'm just asking you a question.
I wasn't even trying
hang
to
on,
insult Alton. I was giving an honest impression.
Yeah, but you said he
I
sounds
don't
like
see
that.
the brother as effeminate. I'm saying a reason why I think some people may perceive him as effeminate is because he doesn't speak with all the bass in his voice. Not everyone speaks like that. I'm not getting at the brother.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
just saying that's how he sounds. But now you're
Was
trying
Mike
to send
Tyson
shots at
effeminate?
me.
No. I was
There's no
asking
need
you
for
a
that.
question. Yahuda, I was asking. I didn't say you
Go
said
ahead.
that. I said, would it be fair if somebody were to judge someone based on an accent that it sounds effeminate?
Yeah. There's
It would
certain
be fair.
accents that sound effeminate. If you think a British accent sounds effeminate, that's on you. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? You're not wrong
Can I
for
say?
that.
Hey,
No.
can I say
I
something?
personally, I don't have any issues with British accents. By the way, I
Can I
love
say
them, so it's
something?
all good.
All right, Israel. What are you here for, Israel? We're gonna
So
go
it
now.
seems like it seems like y'all kind of switch gears here a little bit, because what I heard was that Deacon or somebody said something about that the men in church are effeminate, right? But not, I'm sure he didn't make that a blanket statement saying that every single man in the church is effeminate. We know that's not the case. We know that we can go into and the brother that's in the Christian church. I'm not, shooting no shots at nobody because I don't know the brother personally or nobody up here personally. But what I'm saying is that uh, as well as I know within the Christian church, how the effeminate men are when they are effeminate. This is what he's talking about.
Hey,
The
JP, hold on one
choir,
second. Hey, don't let that guy Azariah on. Yeah, just keep him out.
Okay.
Don't let Azariah on.
Okay, no problem.
But I'm sorry, bro. Go ahead and finish your statement.
the male choir directors, all of these effeminate things that go on in the church. Let's not pretend that y'all don't know what he's talking about. I would think it would be overboard to call any man on the panel effeminate without knowing that man personally. But the men on the panel must not be disingenuous and act like you don't know what people are talking about when they say the effemination of the church.
He
All
said.
right, go ahead,
Deacon said that there was that the majority of men in there are docile
brother.
and effeminate.
Alton, don't even worry about that, brother. We
I
got
ain't
the
even
video
saying
right
the
here.
majority. I'm not even saying the
Christian man in
majority
the
or
church is more
putting
than likely homosexual because the church is so effeminate
When he
and
says-
lacking of real men. It's ran by women. I mean, going there and look.
He said the majority of the church is
Or
ran by
borderline.
females, ran by women. Most men are effeminate.
The men are docile.
Hey, listen.
So
Hey,
that's
listen,
pretty.
would you
That's pretty
agree?
clear to me.
Okay, would you agree that it's against the word of God for women to run churches?
Amen, yeah.
Sure.
Okay. So then, therefore, if you're in a church where a woman is running it, the men in there are effeminate. Maybe they're not homosexual, but you're effeminate in nature because you have put yourself beneath the rulership of a woman.
I
Period.
guess you can try to make that argument.
No,
One
I
problem.
ain't guessing. It ain't no guessing. It ain't
Hold
no
on,
trying. You just said,
Here's
hold
the
up, let me
problem.
finish. You
Israel,
just said, y'all all
Israel, you
just admitted.
finished. You just
Y'all
finished,
just
brother. It's my turn. Your turn,
go
my
ahead.
turn. That's what
Go
a
ahead, bro.
conversation is. You talk, I talk, I talk, you talk. I
Fair
would
enough.
respond and say that you would have a point if most Christian churches were being ran by women. That is just
We're
not the case.
we're talking about, okay, then let me see if I can step in and put a correction in there on the side of the deacon, because that's a good point that you bring up. Let's speak about the ones that are, though. Let's speak about the many churches that are ran by women. Let's talk about those. Let's leave all the ones that's not. Let's speak about the ones that are. So you are sitting here admitting that it is against the word of God for women to teach the church, and you're admitting that men who put themselves under the rulership of women willingly are effeminate.
Oh, I
Maybe not
agree 100%, brother.
homosexual. Hold on, you said let you finish, let me finish. Maybe not homosexual in nature, effeminate, but effeminate by nature because you have put yourself under the rule
Hold on,
of a
Israel. I'm gonna let
woman.
you cook in a bit. Hold on, Israel. Let me
All right.
address this.
All right.
80% of the population, brother. What, bro? Yo, what is wrong with these people, bro?
Because these dudes, they haven't been in church
Brother,
since they was
ew.
like
Hold on,
5,
wait a
6
minute.
years
Hold on.
old.
Now we talking. Wait.
So-
Because if that
No,
was the
hold
case,
on, bro.
I could have
Hold
finished my
on.
point.
Hold
Now
on,
you hold
Israel.
on.
We're gonna
Israel,
get
can
into
we
the
allow the
topic.
host to speak? This is the
Man,
whole.
these guys, they can't control themselves.
No, bro,
Man,
you just
listen,
said you had
okay.
a chance to talk. You don't wait till I start
Brother.
talking and start popping off.
All right, go ahead, Alton.
We've been having conversations about women in leadership in the church. I even had that conversation on my channel. And majority of the people within the Christian church don't believe in women pastors. So maybe these are the churches that y'all used to go into and seeing, but that doesn't make up the majority. I mean, even the Southern Baptist Church, what was it? I think it was last year, where they had to uphold their standards and excommunicate a couple of churches because they believed in having women pastors. So they cut them off from the Southern Baptist Convention and just said that, hey, y'all can go do that somewhere else, but you're not going to be a part of the Southern Baptist Church and have women as pastors. And the Southern Baptist Church, I think, is like one of the largest.
Let me address this smiling
go ahead,
Hebrew
go ahead.
Israelite. Yeah, he's in the panel. He's asking very good questions. How many Israelite camps are run by women? I would assume none, but we disown. Listen, if there's a church that's operating off of let me put it to you this way: the Bible has a standard. If you're a church that doesn't follow that standard, we don't endorse you. Arthur, what do you think about Joyce Mayer?
I don't suggest people listen to her or read her stuff.
Okay, so then therefore, since there are more Christians than there are Hebrew Israelites in the world, we then therefore cannot police every Christian that's out of order. So very simply, we disown those people. Can't hold us responsible because a bunch of wackos want to do something. That's on them.
Yeah, but that's not even an argument, Hebrew.
Yeah.
That's not an argument. It's like saying how many mosques are ran by women. Well, what's your point?
What are you talking about?
You guys are defending Christianity, and we can see there's a large, amount of Christians that have churches led by women. Now, you guys may not accept that, but you just mentioned Joyce Meyer, like she's a mega church, quote unquote, pastor.
Can you name five more?
So that shows that
JP.
Name
The
five
actual,
more women.
I'm not.
the actual
What's her name?
JP
Ellen
doesn't
G.
matter.
White.
JP
Ellen G.
doesn't matter.
White, Seventh Day Adventist.
Yeah.
There'll be some others. I'm not the guy that's like an encyclopedia of
there's
the.
only
Yeah, but
There's
you're making
only-
claims.
there's actually only 13% of Protestant churches that have female pastors.
That's Protestant churches. What about Baptist churches? What about all the other
Yeah,
churches?
you
That's
Hey,
what- that's what-
Protestant.
Oh my goodness.
You just showed your ignorance right there, my friend.
Baptist would be
That's as
Protestant.
ignorant of a comment that you can possibly make. All Baptists are Protestants.
Yes.
What are you talking about? This nigga don't even know what he talking about.
Oh, watch your language. Watch your language,
Man,
bro.
shut up. He said all
Bro,
Protestants.
I will run
Yo,
circles
this is a
around
family
you.
show, bro.
He said
Chill
all
out.
Baptists
Chill
are
out.
I will run circles around you.
Boy, you ain't gonna
You
run
don't even-
circles around
trust me,
You gonna run
this is a
circles around
subject-
some man's passion.
Quiet. This is a subject you don't want to take up with me. If you don't know the distinction between Protestant being a larger umbrella for all Baptists to fall into, and you make a ignorant comment like that, you're going to get called out. It shows you don't know what you're talking about,
Arthur,
which is
that's a
fine.
clip.
Just
That's a
say, I
clip,
don't know what
Arthur.
I'm talking about, and then move on. So if 13%, if he's right, 13% are like that, and if you actually wanted to have a comeback, you would have said something like Catholics or Orthodox, but you can't because they're all male run.
All right, so the rest of the Israelites, why y'all not defending your mans? I mean, y'all ain't gonna call your mans out and try to correct them, or y'all just gonna sit back and just let the man get cooked alive? All right, so where y'all at? Y'all ain't gonna step up for your fellow Israelite brother? Come on, this is what we're here for.
Oh, let me ask a question to these guys, because I'm gonna be very sick to my stomach. What's a Protestant, Hebrew Israelites? Are Orthodox Protestants?
Yo, can we stick to the topic?
Are Orthodox Protestants?
What is this? This has got no clear structure. Now
No. Hold on, bro, because you're
trying to make this like a gang war kind of thing right now. Like, who's got this irrelevant knowledge? You got these topics up there. What's going on with the topics?
Are Catholics and Orthodox Protestants?
No, the Protestants, they're a branch that broke off, I believe, with like Martin Luther. They had the Reformation and all that garbage. So, but this isn't even the point right now. So
Orthodox.
Why are we deviating? Like, why are you going to everything but the topic? Are you afraid of your own topic? Are you not firm on your stance?
Brother, we will stay on topic, brother. You don't know how conversations work.
Okay, can I pose it? Can I pose it as a question?
Yeah.
Can I pose it as or a statement? Right. Let's just go with that kind of an argument that let's just say 25% of Protestant churches are run by women. Let's just say 25% of all the male Christians are effeminate. How does that get you to some kind of a conclusion? Like, what's the conclusion?
You guys are projecting Deacon's argument on all Israelites. Deacon is living in your head rent free.
Okay,
I'm not Deacon. No one else here is Deacon.
Brother, do you think
he's
wrong?
Speak for Deacon.
Can you say he's wrong?
Was it?
Say he's wrong.
I don't need to say that.
Do you think he's wrong?
Hey, I've got nothing to say on that. I don't need to say anything on that. I've come here to speak about your title, right? So if you want to speak to Deacon, I think as a man, you should speak to Deacon.
Okay, Yehuda, I'll ask you the question. Do you think most Christians are effeminate?
From what I've encountered, I would say most Christians are effeminate, right? Yeah, I would definitely say.
In your experience, how many Christians have you encountered?
I've not been counting.
Okay, like what, 1,000, 15,000, 150,000, like what? Like, give me a range.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
I highly doubt it's more than 15,000.
Could you tell me how many Christians you've encountered?
It's not even camp leaders.
What kind of question is that? It's like, how many children have you seen in your life?
Oh,
like,
the reason why I asked, because it's an anecdotal evidence.
You see how, this is kind of getting. No,
but you did you understand my point,
bro? There's no, like, talking to Christians sometimes it's like they understand what you're saying, but because you're a Hebrew Israelite, they make it seem like they don't understand.
Brother,
that's not an argument.
You're making it unnecessarily confrontational. Like, there's no need to all of this. You're projecting your anger at Deacon and us guys. I'm not have like a fair conversation.
Allow the host to speak.
What's going on, man? Chill out, man.
Hold on. I'm not, brother. I'm trying to chill everybody out. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to let the host speak. Go ahead, Alton.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are just regurgitating the stuff that they hear from their camps and their leaders and dudes who they hear online. They're not really engaging a real Christian man like that. So of course they're gonna go to the anecdotes that, oh well, the Christian church is effeminate, this, that, and the third.
Most Christian men are led by their wives. What I've noticed in Christian men, right?
Really?
Women do not. Let me say this because it's not.
I'm gonna let you cook.
It's not secondhand. This is what I've experienced, man. These Christian men don't know how to head a household.
Yeah,
and a lot of Christian pastors, their daughters are some of the loosest women going. So it's like, if you were truly a man, right, you would be able to be, as the scripture shows us in Hebrew, a man is meant to be the strength of the household. You're meant to have your children in check, ruling over your house. Christian men don't have that kind of weight, that kind of authority.
Wow.
Israelite men command authority, man.
Are you married?
Taken in their boots.
Yeah, are you married?
I'm a married man. I'm a married man.
How many kids do you have?
And that's about as much personal information as you're going to get out of me.
You're not going to tell us how many kids you have?
I don't need to give you my whole personal.
I'm just saying, like, you seem like you're speaking out of experience.
I obliged you by saying I'm married. I could have withheld that information.
You could have. I'm just saying.
I didn't come here to share my information of who I am, if I'm married, my circumstance.
What type of evidence does he have for what he said?
Can we contend the faith?
No,
Hey,
I would like to know what the evidence is that, like, if you say, in my experience, I've met a bunch of guys that were run by, led by their women.
You know,
I'm
if
like,
the
cool,
topic
good.
said, is Christianity effeminate? I wouldn't even be here right now. But for some reason,
so here's
why
the
are we on
here's
this,
the
man?
Here's
I
the
think
problem.
Deacon would give you a good run for your money on this
No,
topic.
yeah, but here's
Akka is the guy you want to talk to, guys.
we can
I don't
move
even know
on
what
to
we're doing here
doctrine.
right now.
We
You guys
can move
clearly
on
want
to
to talk to Akka.
doctrine, but here's the problem. If you can't substantiate a claim, you shouldn't open your mouth. The fact of the matter is that
I'm
guy
talking
came
from
in
my
here.
perspective.
Hebrew, please let me finish, and I'll let you.
Okay.
And we can move on to doctrine. The more silent you guys stay, the better, because then we'll move on to doctrine. But let me just say this: you can't call somebody effeminate, say Christians are ran by their wives, that all of these things, and not substantiate that, and then use anecdotal experiences to make that your claim. You can't do that, right? Because then we're going to ask you for proof and you don't have it. What did Polymath say? Oh, they know what we're talking about, but they don't comprehend because we're Hebrew Israelites. That's not a good argument. So we already just got off to a very bad foot because you guys are making claims and you're not substantiating it. That's all we're saying.
Okay, what evidence do you want?
Show me proof
for that.
Okay, first off, let's start from the beginning. Since you volunteered, and then we'll allow Judah, since Judah came in here to ask Alton a question about doctrine. Judah, you still there?
Yes, brother, I'm here.
All right, cool. So I'm gonna cross-examine Polymath. Polymath, do you have evidence most churches are ran by women? Yes or no?
I never made that claim.
Okay, then second, do you have proof that most Christian men are effeminate?
As far as the ones I've encountered from the country I've come from,
anecdotal experience.
I'm about to answer. I'm answering your question.
You answered the ones you encountered. I throw that out the garbage.
Okay, so then there's no point of the conversations because I'm going off of my experience with Christians.
Yeah, well, then my experience is that you guys are effeminate and Christian men are not. Now,
yeah, the Hebrew Israelites that I've met in my area, they're actually gay.
What's your evidence of
now you ask him for evidence, and then when we ask you for evidence, you don't have it.
No, listen.
My evidence is the Hebrew Israelites that I've met.
Two people talking to me.
Well, okay, my evidence for the Hebrew Israelites being gay is the Hebrew Israelites I've met, they're gay. So therefore, Hebrew Israelites are gay.
I already know one way apologetics. I already know you are a troll. I've watched you multiple times, so I'm not even going to engage with you. JP.
Pretty sad when I use the same argument you're using. I'm now a troll.
Yep.
That's not the same argument I use. I was literally about to ask.
You're saying, hold on. Essentially, hold on. We're going to move on to doctrine. I don't want to talk. I'm going to allow Judah to ask Alton a question. But essentially, your argument is, from my anecdotal experience, Christians are gay. So one way said, from my anecdotal experience, Hebrew Israelites are gay. Then you have the nerve to ask them for proof, and you didn't give me proof when I asked you to show me proof.
I never said Christians were gay.
Goose is good for the gander, you're not providing. So, brother, you're making yourself look very bad, and you're
I
falling
never
short of your
said Christians are gay. You're putting that on me. I never said that.
You just said
somebody being gay and somebody being effeminate.
You said they're effeminate, correct? By your own experiences, right?
I said, yeah, the ones I've
okay, then so by one way's experience, Hebrew Israelites are gay. And then you said, show me proof.
He's entitled. Then one way no, that was my experience. I was gonna ask. I was trying to ask something, but I misspoke. That's why I've been trying to correct
you misspoke
the whole time.
Okay, so
where I was trying to ask you.
You misspoke. Okay, got it. So let's move on to doctrine now. I think.
Okay, so you don't want to have.
Hey, sorry, I have a question for Polymath. Polymath, you said from the Polymath. You said from the country you came from. What country is that?
I was born in Liberia.
Liberia. Okay.
Born and
Thank
raised.
you, man.
All right. All right. Let's move on to doctrine. All right, brother Judah. If you don't mind turning on your camera, brother, just because this is better for the video. We have Alton here, a black man, a Christian man. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead, highlight him. What is the issue that he has with? What's wrong with his Christianity? Now, there are 3 topics at hand that we have that we can discuss. Are we under the law? Can non-Jews receive salvation? Is God a racist? Those are the other topics. But if you have other contentions on Christianity, you can feel free to pull them Alton's way. And Apologia Center in one way will give some level of assistance if they feel that's the case. But you guys can go ahead and get a one-off. Go ahead. Floor is yours.
All right, I just want to say peace and blessings to everybody on the panel, regardless of race. I do call myself a Christian as well. And I know that makes people in my community upset, but I do consider myself to be a Christian. Acts 11:26 tells you that the disciples were called Christians first in the city of Antioch. You have Acts 26:28, where Paul was going to a white man, Agrippa, and he spoke to Agrippa, and Agrippa himself said, "You almost persuaded me to be a Christian," which is Meshiachim, which is a messianic, if you will. You also have 1 Peter 4:16, where it talks about if any man suffers as a Christian. So Christian is in the English Bible. I have no problem with referring to myself as a Christian. I have no problem with anybody else referring to themselves as a Christian. So I want to make that clear. I do not come out of One West schools, so I'm a lot different from a lot of the Israelites that you would come across.
Would you consider yourself an Israelite just for the sake of
my national origins? Yes, I do consider myself as an Israelite.
Got it.
Correct.
Do you accept or deny the Trinity?
I believe in the Godhead. So when you look at 1 John 5:7, where it tells us in English, it says there are three that bear record in heaven: the Father, the Word, and the Holy Ghost. And those three are one. I mean, they're together, they're united. So I
do you believe Jesus is God?
Yes. 1 Timothy 3:16, it tells us that God was manifested in the flesh. Now, a lot of things that you ask me about, a lot of people in my community do not subscribe to this.
Got it. Do you believe he's the Most High God?
No, I don't believe he's the Most High God. That's the Heavenly Father. But then you also have the Son. So I don't believe in them as one and the same.
Do you believe they're equal?
Equal, I believe that they're one, meaning that they're united. So when you look at St. John 14:28, it says, "My Father is greater than I."
Okay. Well, this is not a Trinitarian panel, so obviously I don't agree with you all the way, but you're much closer than others. Do you believe Jesus was created in time, or you believe he always existed?
In the beginning was the Word.
So you believe that to mean that he always existed?
He always existed, correct.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, cool. All right, so go ahead. Obviously you and Alton may have some differences. What are some of the differences you may have with a traditional Christian like him? I don't want to use the word traditional, so let's say a Martin Lutheran Christian.
He might not be Lutheran, JP. Careful.
No, but just to get to the point, you feel me? Just to get to the point.
So the reason why I was here, it said like pull up, and somebody had told me to pull up. So I don't really know what's going on, but I'm able to talk about any topic, or if you all have questions for me or anything like that, or whether regarding the topic, you can ask me what I think about it, and I guess we can go from there. And I want to say that I do come in peace. I'm not gonna sit and call people names and things like that and insult people. I'm not coming to do that.
Well, you're the first Christian Israelite that I ever met in my life. I mean, I don't even know. I mean, Apologia Center, what other questions, Alton?
Yeah, I would just say, when you said it's your national origin, can you just give me some details on that?
Yeah, so in short, we know that the Table of Nations, Genesis the 10th chapter, it goes over the three sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. When you look at Genesis 11, Genesis 11, 10 through 26, we learn from Shem all the way down to Abram. And Abram was the first person called a Hebrew in Genesis 14:13. Abraham had a son named Isaac. Isaac had a son named Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel. Genesis 35:10, who became known to the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. So those people, the descendants of them, as us, and I'm sure all Israelites who will subscribe to this, we believe and know that we are the descendants of those people.
Do you believe we're under the law?
Now that can be a tricky question, because when you
look at, see, now we're going somewhere, right, Alton?
Yeah, that could be a tricky question, because look, when you look at Romans 6:14, let me grab it real quick. This is what it says. Romans chapter 6 and verse 14. This is what it says. It says, "For sin shall not have dominion over you, for you are not under the law, but under grace." Next question says, "What then? Shall we sin because we are not under the law, but under grace? God forbid." So if we're looking at it from the face value, such as scriptures like Romans 6 and 14, the initial answer will be no. But I still know and understand that we are still to keep the laws of God, because number one, when you look at 1 John 3 and 4, it tells us that sin is the transgression, meaning the rebellion of the law. So when I look at Romans 6 and 14, that's why I answered it that way. You get what I'm saying? But yeah. Any other question?
All right.
I was just curious as to like your view. When you were saying that you gave me all the descendants and stuff, that wasn't like necessarily a clear answer as to
I'm
like
sorry. Go
you
ahead,
view
brother.
yourself ethnically as an Israelite. So you're like one of the 12 tribes is what you're essentially saying.
Yeah, I don't subscribe to the 12 tribe chart, but I do
Okay.
believe that we are the descendants of those people.
So who are we? Sorry, just
who's we? Us?
When you say we are,
oh, those that call themselves Israelites.
So can I just claim to be an Israelite? I don't. That's
I don't know. It's not for me to say.
Okay. That's cool. Yeah, I'm good.
How do we determine if one is an Israelite or not?
Those that fit the curse of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter.
So basically, you don't hold to the 12 tribe charts, but you hold to the reasoning of the 12 tribe charts. Then,
yeah, I'll give you one reason why I do not subscribe to the chart. Although I'm cool with brothers and sisters that come out of One West. I'm very cordial. There's a lot of things they believe that I don't. You know what I'm saying? But I still keep it cordial with brothers. But one reason why I don't, when you look at Isaiah, let me grab it real quick. Isaiah 11 and verse. I guess I'll deal with Isaiah 11 and 12. It says, "And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcast of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth." So according to the chart alone, if I am to subscribe that, since I'm a so-called African American and I'm Judah, well, biblically speaking, it tells us that Judah is going to be gathered from all four corners of the earth. So that's just kind of like one reason why I don't. Also,
where do we get any type of skin color from that?
I didn't hear your question. What's your question?
Where do we get any type of skin color from the verse you just read?
Oh, no. So let me clarify. I was asked about the 12 tribes and why I do not subscribe to the 12 tribe chart. I was using as an example because it is said that the tribe of Judah is the so-called African Americans. But I was saying if I was to subscribe to that, then it tells that Judah would be in all four corners of the earth. So hopefully that clarifies what I'm saying.
All right, now hold on.
Can I just add to that, my brother Judah, about the skin?
Yeah, because I was just about to ask you to come on because I seen that camera come on. So go ahead and and address that.
I got you, my brother. So how we know that Israelites are black, which helps us narrow down the criteria of who's Israel from who's not, is from accounts in the scripture like Exodus chapter 2, verse 17 through to verse 19.
Okay, quick question. Do you subscribe to the chart? Is this
nah?
Okay,
nah,
so you don't.
I don't subscribe to the chart. I just subscribe to the Bible.
All right, go ahead.
All right, so we can prove it clearly that the Israelites are a black people, black like me, black like Alton, all right, like Judah. Check it out. Exodus chapter 2 and verse 17. "And the shepherds came and drove them away, but Moses stood up and helped them and watered their flock. And when they came to Reuel their father, he said, How is it that ye are come so soon today? And they said, An Egyptian delivered us." So the daughters of Reuel, right, they mistook Moses for an Egyptian, which is significant because according to the Bible, the Egyptians in Genesis chapter 10 and 6, it's only one verse. I ain't going to take you in a sermon, right? But it just proves it definitively like this. Check it. Genesis chapter 10 and verse 6 tells us in the table of nations, "And the sons of Ham, Cush and Mitzrayim." So Ham's son was Egypt. That's the Hebrew word for Egypt is Mitzrayim. And Mitzrayim is the brothers to Cush. The Cushites, we know they're black. The Sudanese Ethiopians. So if the biblical Egyptians are brothers to Cushites, that means that the biblical Egyptians are black, just like the Sudanese people. So if Moses is now being mistaken for an Egyptian, for a black nation of people, we know that Moses must also be black like the Egyptians. So when we turn to Deuteronomy 28, now we're not only looking for a people that fulfill these prophecies, we're looking for a black people that fulfill these prophecies.
So hold on, let me address this real quick, brother. You thank you for your arguments. Just real quick, brother Judah. You can just give me a yes or no because I want to proceed the conversation. If it's a yes, that's okay. If it's a no, it's okay. Do you believe in polygamy today? Do you believe you can have multiple wives? Yes or no?
I have 6 wives.
Okay,
Absolutely.
thank you. Do you believe in its reconciliation with big? Oh, so that's the explanation.
Oh.
So
basically, they're asking you to reconcile how you have more than one wife with identifying as a Christian.
Yeah,
Okay,
but we
so-
could do that a little later because
Okay.
we're already in a conversation. So we're talking about the charts right now, and I don't want to go there. But I guess we could get there later. We could get
Yeah,
there
I
later.
welcome all questions. It's all good.
Yahuda, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Oh, you said
Judah, you said everything you wanted to say?
Go ahead, man.
Hold on, why?
You're liking Black Moses.
No,
Why? Did you say
I just
everything
wanted
you
to know
wanted
when. Sorry, who's talking?
No, that was me. I was asking why if he finished his point with the charts, and then we could let you ask.
Well,
Judah.
he made a point about the skin colors, so we're still on
Okay,
the
go
same
ahead.
trajectory. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think there's some lapses in logic there. That the confusion for him being black necessarily means he is black.
Unpack that a little bit more. I don't think.
Well,
that makes sense.
there's been times where people have confused me for being black.
Brother,
black men come in different shades, right?
But no, you would be like mixed. No one's gonna mistake you for being completely black. You'd have to be like dual heritage. And what a lot of people do, because black genes are dominant and other genes are recessive, they will just say you're black. Like, for example, some people, JP, his whole life has probably been called black by certain people, even though
I'm
he's
darker than JP, I think.
Even though he's clearly a biracial man, he's not simply just black. So yeah, your logic is quite flawed there. And when we're dealing with the situation with Moses, we know that he was a full-blooded Israelite. His mother, his father, I believe they were like uncle and niece or something like that, if I remember correctly. So there was no point where he could have had like some, what's the word, varied complexion. He's coming from the same nation. Okay. So yeah, he was mistaken for the Egyptians. Like, for example, do you believe that the biblical Egyptians were black?
No, I don't.
They were brothers to Cush.
No, I don't.
So was Cush black? Can I ask you the question? Were the Cushites black?
Are you talking about modern day Ethiopians? I don't know.
No, I'm talking about the biblical Cushites.
I don't know,
In
but I know
Genesis 10 and verse 6, it says that the sons of Ham was Cush. Now we know that the region of Cush was like Sudan, Ethiopia. There's a river border, right? So now I'm asking you the question: those people of Genesis chapter 10, verse 6, those Cushites, were they black?
I don't know.
How don't you know that?
Because I don't know that. They've done genetic tests on ancient mummies. And guess what? Guess what the genetic results have been?
So hold up. Let me just reply to that. What's really interesting about that is we know that Egypt, right? Because it was such a great, powerful empire that it had a lot of people flooding into it. It was a metropolis, and it's even been conquered by foreign nations.
Yes,
so there had been admixture in that kind of, sense. And sometimes we can see a genetic patrilineage that is foreign to the African people. But then when we look at the autosomal DNA, which is what we are mainly comprised of, we'll see that the majority of their DNA, it would be like 95% African DNA, black DNA, but then it will be like 5% Greek or 5% foreign. And then people be like, oh, see, look, he was white because he's got this genetic male patrilineage marker to a white man. But now you're forgetting that, look, he's 95%.
Yahuda, do you know any Copts?
You mean Egyptians?
Copts, yeah. I'm distinguishing Copts from Muslim Egyptians. That's why I'm calling them Copts.
I don't know any personally, no. What's the point?
I've known many over my life. Okay? Well, and their heritage is pretty solid in regards to their ancestry, and it goes back thousands of years.
And
I'll tell you this. They look more like me. I'm just saying, they look more like me than they look like you.
That's a very bold claim.
That is 100% true. Go look it up.
I'd love to see you substantiate that, because you're saying it with your chest, like you're speaking the word of God. But when I'm speaking the word of God is saying that Cush, who we know is black, like let's not play games, because the moment you concede that Cush is black, you're going to have to follow the line of logic to concede that the Egyptians are
Okay,
black,
so I got
meaning that Moses was black.
Yeah,
Now, you
I
can't
got a
commit
question.
to a common sense understanding of the Bible because it would clearly put your position in this.
The host is speaking.
Hold on. I got a question for you and Polymath. Now, you believe in a Deuteronomy 28:68 curse as a sign that is a sign for the people of Judah, right?
No,
I see what you're trying to do here. He's going to
No. I'm asking a question. Do you believe in a Deuteronomy 28:68 curse?
Yeah, of course. All the curses.
Okay. So how does that apply to you, who's in the UK, and Polymath, who's a Liberian, if your people didn't get shipped on the ships via the transatlantic slave trade?
My people did get shipped.
Okay, so but you're in Liberia.
When it was my turn, I was gonna explain how I know I'm an Israelite.
Yeah, you're gonna have to clear that up because I'm gonna tell you like this: from the original One West teachings, guys who are African, you are not a part of the curses, and you're not Israelites. You guys are considered Hamites.
That's not true.
Well, that's the original One West Hebrew Israelite teachings, the birth of what you guys believe in now. So the foundations of what you guys believe in, because there's no other teachings besides that. So this is, I want to hear how you guys are going to clear that up. How you guys fit the curses of Deuteronomy 28:68 when you guys are not Black Americans over here in the United States. Go ahead.
Is my tribe and my sister tribe is literally listed in the Bible.
Okay. How?
Okay. We can go to my tribe, the Bassa tribe, right? Can you go to? I don't know if you guys hold to 2nd Ezra.
No, we don't.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go to it to show people that my tribe is actually listed there. So
right. So how are you a Hebrew Israelite?
I'm about to explain it. Okay. Can you please go with me to 1st Ezra chapter 5 verse 16.
Go ahead and read it.
So this is
I don't know if I can't hear you.
Do you guys hear me?
Okay, there you go. Go ahead.
So I can't go out of my out of the app to go.
All right, so let's say that your lineage or your tribe is mentioned there. Now let's.
No, I want to read it. I want to read it because I know how you guys do. I want to read it before.
Right, because and here's the thing: you can read whatever you want, but there's different interpretations. And just by you picking some random scriptures out of the text and saying that, oh, well, that proves it. I mean, it really doesn't.
That was not my own, because we actually have oral history of coming from Israel.
The Bassa tribe?
Yes, the Bassa tribe.
Well, let's look it up.
Majority of us are in Cameroon, and we have oral history of coming from Israel, and the rest of us migrated to Liberia. And our tribe is fine. Listed as what?
I said, which is fine. Just like the Ethiopian Jews, right?
Yeah. Do you consider them Jews?
Ethiopian Jews?
Correct. Yeah.
I think Ethiopian Jews are a real thing. Yeah.
Okay, but
hold on. The world considers them Jews. I bet you have no tangible evidence to, even support why you're saying that. You're just going with the commonly accepted narrative, right?
Brother, I think it's.
Hold on. Who is he talking to me?
No, I'm asking Apologia. Why do you accept the Ethiopians as Jews?
No, hold on. I got a better question.
They have that.
I have more reason to believe Ethiopians are. There's Ethiopian Jews that converted when Solomon was king. Way more evidence and historically grounded than I have that you are an Israelite.
Okay, hold on. I want to ask a question.
Just quote some evidence or reference it.
All right, for clarity.
No evidence for that.
Hold on, for clarity. Hold on. Polymath, hold on. Polymath. For clarity. Now, Yehuda, you hold to the 12. To Deuteronomy 28:68, right?
To the whole Bible. I hold to the whole Bible.
So, do you believe that Deuteronomy 28:68 is the sign of the curses?
Well, the scripture says it's a sign of the curses. Do you believe it's a sign of the curse?
No. Now, hold on. Now, Polymath said that he doesn't. He doesn't believe that that's.
I didn't.
Okay, so you believe that Deuteronomy 28:68 is a sign of the curses for what? For the people of Israel.
From 15 to 68 is a sign of the curses.
I'm sorry, which one?
I said Deuteronomy 28 from 15 to 68 is the sign of the curses. I believe that. Yes.
And I agree with you there, brother Polymath. I'm in complete agreement with my brother Polymath right there.
So am I.
And one thing I would just say as well is every single Israelite individually doesn't go through every single curse. It's a national curse on the nation, because we understand not every single Israelite went on a ship. Equally, not every single Israelite has hemorrhoids. One of the curses was that you're going to have hemorrhoids, right? But we don't expect every single Israelite to have hemorrhoids. It's about the nation. Yeah, if you read Deuteronomy 28, I think it's about verse 26.
The eternal itch. He's correct.
Yeah, yeah. So I think you're kind of like misappropriating how we use the curses. We don't say every single Israelite has heritage of being taken in slavery on ships. It's about
show Daniel, show Ezekiel, show any of the prophets.
No. Get that guy Levi off. That's that guy Azariah. He's gonna come in and run interference. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, the point is it's the nation. It's the individual.
Okay, so are you guys familiar with the British Israelite movement?
I've heard of it. I've seen Volkov talk about it and try to
because they make the same claims and they use a lot of the same scriptures that you guys use, and they say that everybody from the United States, England, all of those places in Europe are like a part of their 12 tribes chart. So why
check it out, Alton, right? With the British Israelism, right?
Go ahead.
They can say whatever they want, right? But I'm gonna ask you this question. One of the curses in Deuteronomy 28 and 48 says, "Therefore shall thou serve thy enemies which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee." When did the British so-called people of, Israelism, when did they have their enemies put a yoke on their neck? When were they servants to their enemies for their food, drink, clothing, everything? Do they fulfill that prophecy? Did that happen to them?
Well, they're making a claim
as a
like
nation.
You guys.
But so you say they're making a claim, but are you aware of them ever fulfilling that prophecy though? Them having yokes of iron put on their neck?
Well, I haven't studied the history behind all of their claims.
Okay, that's cool. And here's the last question.
Okay.
Did so-called African Americans and like my people from the Caribbean, did they have another nation put chains on their necks?
Liberia.
Yeah, and polymath people from Liberia, did they have another nation come and put chains on their necks?
All right, now are you guys saying that that's proof?
No. I'm just asking you that question. Before we even go to proof, I'm just asking you the question.
Oh, Brother Garfield, you got to get on, bro.
Yeah, but so
let's say yes, they did.
No.
What's the point? Let's say yes, they did. Obviously, that's a historical fact.
So this is something that we are all aware of. So why are you guys ignoring the elephant in the room? Is that we can substantiate these curses. We can actually prove that we went through this. Now you can throw all these random groups out there that haven't gone through these curses. The Bible qualifies them, but the Bible qualifies our argument. Meanwhile, disqualifying theirs.
So let me ask you a question, okay, Mr. Hebrew Israelite guy. Deuteronomy 28:36. Who was the king that went into captivity? Can you name the king that went into captivity according to Deuteronomy 28:38? 28 and 36.
So let me just read the verse first and foremost, right, and then I'll answer that, right? So Deuteronomy 28 and verse 36 says, "The Lord shall bring thee and thy king which thou shalt set over thee unto a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, and there shalt thou serve other gods, wood and stone." So that curse refulfills itself in different generations. In the book of 2 Kings chapter 17, the king that is talking about is, I believe it was like Hoshea, the king of the northern kingdom. And in the book of Jeremiah, I believe it was Zedekiah, right? But one of the key things to understand is it says the king that you will set over you. So it's not always a God-appointed king. It can be a people-appointed king, or it can be a usurper. So when we was in West Africa, if we had our own king that we appointed over us, and we were then taken into captivity with our own ruler, that would equally fulfill this curse.
So God never set a king over you guys that went into captivity. So that particular prophecy is not fulfilled.
No, because look, hold up 1 second. God set kings over us, right? However, the kings of the northern kingdom were not who God set over us. If you look into the history of the northern kingdom, you understand a lot of the kings, they assumed the throne through killing the king. Yeah,
Right.
are you aware of that?
Well, hold on. Because
so here's
what
the
I'm
point.
asking.
So here's the point. When the king of a northern kingdom, went into captivity, was he a God-ordained king or not?
No, what I'm asking you.
No,
Okay,
can you
so
answer that
it's
question?
no.
Was the
What I'm
king of a
no
northern
no no
kingdom
no.
ordained by God?
When he's asking a question, please.
Yeah. Okay. So you're saying that you don't know the name of the king that the Lord said that he would set over the people of Israel, over your people, and put that your people and that king into captivity. So you don't know the name of that king.
Where does the scripture say I need to know his name?
Right. Because you're saying that these are prophecies. So if you could say that all of these other prophecies in Deuteronomy 28:68 prove who the people are, which is black people, and it clearly says right here in Deuteronomy 28:36, the Lord will bring you and your king, whom you set over you, to a nation that neither you nor your fathers have known, and there you shall serve other gods of wood and stone. And you're saying that you can't name the king who supposedly fulfills this prophecy. So how come you guys don't ever have an answer for the king that was set over the people of Israel to fulfill this particular prophecy, or is it not fulfilled yet?
Okay, can I respond to that?
Well, go ahead, bro.
Okay. When God said this curse, right, from your perspective, is he talking about when Israel is together as, like, not two nations no more, right? Meaning they're not individuals nations, but they're together as one. Is that what from your perspective, is that what he's talking about? Or
well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I can't answer for the prophecy that you guys are saying that is supposedly fulfilled, and that points to us as black people to be some type of a proof that we are the people of Israel. So what I'm saying is that if you guys have already said that these prophecies have been fulfilled through black people during the time of, our enslavement, transatlantic slave trade, and all of that stuff, then I believe that you guys should be able to provide the answer to say, well, this was the king that went into captivity with us.
Okay. Well, I think, just before I answer your question, do you believe that Deuteronomy 28 from 15 to 68 is reoccurring?
No, I don't. I personally don't.
Or is it only fulfilled one time?
I don't believe that. I don't see any evidence of it reoccurring and how it applies to Black American people and even African people today.
Okay, remove the Black American people. I'm just looking at it biblically. Do you see the curses of Deuteronomy 28 from 15 to 68? Is it a reoccurring curse throughout the Bible? Those curses, are they reoccurring throughout the Bible, or did they only get fulfilled one time from your perspective?
Some of them could be reoccurring, because, like, for instance, Deuteronomy 28:68, one of the scripture references that points back to that is Jeremiah 43:7, when it talks about the people of Israel going back to Egypt during that time.
But
so that's why I'm just trying to figure out
how back into Egypt as slaves during that time.
Well, they couldn't have went back as slaves, because Deuteronomy 28:68 doesn't talk to them going back into captivity as slaves. It says that they would sell themselves and nobody would buy them.
Where does it say they would sell themselves and nobody would buy them?
Okay, Deuteronomy 28:68.
What translation are you using?
Okay, I can use any translation. You want me to use the KJV? I'm using the ESV right now.
He's talking about the Hebrew, bro. The word in Hebrew. When it says you'll be sold,
that same
sell
word,
yourself.
I know, but that same word God uses in I think Exodus, where he says that he bought Israel out of Egypt, but not with money. He said he purchased them. He uses that same word buy. So by your logic, when God said that he bought Israel out of Egypt, are you saying he paid money?
The text clearly says
that what you're saying?
The text clearly says, and there you shall offer yourselves for sale to your enemies as male and female slaves, but there will be no buyer.
Are you going to answer?
So how would you be sold? How would you be sold if there's no buyer?
I'm reading the text.
Yeah, I'm about to grab my Bible to read.
Yeah, I think the text is saying that you will try to sell yourself and nobody will buy you. It's not saying you will sell yourself.
You will be sold unto your enemies, and no man will redeem you. You will have no kinsman's redeemer.
Hey, can I jump in for one quick second, please, brothers? Peace and love to everybody. My name
is fellas, I want you guys to rock out because by let's say 9:40, let's give y'all 20 minutes because we're gonna go over to Alton's channel soon, and I do want to ask that guy some questions about polygamy, but I'm gonna let y'all rock out on this topic a little longer. But I do want to talk to the brother about polygamy because I am legitimately curious. But y'all can go ahead and talk about this, but know that I'm gonna intervene in like 20 minutes or so, just so that I can talk to the other brother. 25 minutes, I think, is fair. 25 minutes.
Right, can I say something real quick?
No, let's allow Garfield to say something.
No, I'm just saying, if you want to speak with me about it, I was saying like,
oh, my fault, bro. I didn't know you was the guy. Hold on, give me 1 second, brother. Right after this, we're gonna be going to Alton's channel. So maybe you can hop over on Alton's channel right after this, and we'll give you the beginning of the show if you're interested.
Okay.
Yeah, so stay here for a bit so you can make sure to get that link. All right. Somebody said, "Who is the host?" I'll tell you who the host is. This man's the host. So he's the host right here. This man right here. But all right. So Judah, I guess we'll save it for the next live stream when we go to the other channel. Okay.
Hey, since that's gonna end, and then I gotta leave soon.
Okay.
Can I ask a series of questions just for my curiosity, and I'll tell you guys exactly why I'm asking this.
Yeah, sure.
So the whole argument that in regards to Israelites being black, darker complexion, whatever. Like, how do we trace that back? Like, we trace it back, and then Shem must be black as well, right?
Well, when you look at all of the earlier civilizations, they will be what we call black people. Yeah.
Would we take that back and say that? Would we take that back and say that Noah's of a darker complexion too?
Well, Noah, when he was born, according to text, he was what we would call an albino, but he definitely would be a black man.
Okay, so where did the ark land? Do you remember that?
The ark landed in Turkey, just like the
ark didn't land in Turkey.
Wait, hold on.
Sorry.
In Ararat.
Okay.
Just like me myself landed.
All right, brother, you answered the question.
Hang on. Does anybody have any other? So
it's where you come from.
Let
me respond to it as well. Yo, check this out real quick. Let me answer that, right?
Yeah.
Hold on. Everybody's being muted until Arthur finalizes what he's gonna ask. Go ahead.
Yeah, he said it right. It's not Turkey, by the way. You got your references. Turkey didn't become a nation until like 700 years ago. So
oh my God,
it's modern day Turkey. But hang on. It landed in Ararat. Go ahead, Yahuda. You were gonna say
it's called Turkey today. If you look at Ararat, Noah National Park is Turkey. So why would you even make that
because
point?
That's my homeland that was stolen from me. That's why.
Okay.
Because that's where I was born.
Okay,
that's my people.
You've got your heritage and your all of that.
I know my heritage very well.
To you, like,
I'm just saying that we've been there since Noah got off the ark. I'm just saying Armenia's been there since Noah got off the ark.
Yeah, and your ancestors would have been black like me. And check this out, right?
That's cute.
Hold on 1 second.
Go look at genetic research on Armenians.
Look
at you, right?
That was my point. That was exactly my point.
One moment. Here's the point. You're darker complected than one way apologetics.
Hold on, Yahuda, hold on. We're gonna go in circles, right? We're gonna go in circles if Apologia cannot define what he means by black. I think that's why we're getting confusion. Because
I didn't know. I didn't know that I needed to define what black man.
No, hold on 1 second. I apologize, JP. I was going to ask the same question. That's why I wanted to talk because we're talking about race, which is
go ahead, Garfield. Floor is yours.
From the 19th century, and we like to say this person was black. We don't know what skin tone and nobody in the ancient Near East was. We have no idea. Some could be light as Albie Shore, or even lighter than Camilla Harris, and dark as Brother Bereen, or darker than 22 million midnights. We don't know what anybody in the past, what they look like. Race is a social construct. There is a humoral system that the Greeks invented back in the BC time period when they would designate black and such and different colors for different things, whether you're sick or your character. or your temperament. But what we do now is we retroactively project our racialized mindset on back in the past. So the Israelites have to be black. They can't be light skinned. They can't be brown. They have to be black, like how we see black today. And that's not being academic. It's not being logical. We got to stop that. And one of the problems we have, and for example, in my brother with a British accent, in England, they like to say King James is black because of John Mackey and different people being called black. But they don't understand race was not a social construct. Even when they say black complexion, it doesn't mean the person is black. You got to understand the cultures we're talking about, whether it's Ireland, and the Irish used to call black Irish. The Irish in Gaelic, they call black people blue people. And that would be weird to us in the 21st century. You like blue like your hat, Garfield? Why they call black? You got to understand the word for black. What would be black man means the devil. So,
that's Garfield, what you're saying is inconsistent with the scripture. And I understand you don't believe in the Bible.
Hold on. That and me believing it or not has nothing to do with the conversation. Just relax.
Because everything you said is contrary to the scripture.
Just
so
relax.
If you're saying things that are not established in the scripture, what's the point of it?
I can't hear you if you talk over me. What you're doing is you're trying to fit yourself because you have an agenda. You want to preach and say, hey, I got followers because I'm following the Bible. There's nothing wrong with following the rules and regulation, the law, statutes, and commandments. But you don't have to lie on the scriptures. That is my problem with
you're saying race is a social construct. The
social
Bible speaks about race. It talks about
hold on, bro.
Race
Hold on.
nation
No,
is
it doesn't.
in the Bible.
You made it up.
Because hold on, bro.
Hold on. Nationhood.
No, the word, no, brother.
Race was made by God.
Hold on. You gotta chill out. Yo, hold on. The word race, the way that is attributed to skin color and ethnicity, that word did not start to be used like that until the late 1800s, like the late 1800s, and it was used by white supremacists because they didn't believe that black people were human. So basically, it was like the closer you were to blonde hair and blue eyes, that means that the closer you were to being like a full-blooded human. So the further you got away from that was like the less human you were, because the word race before the late 1800s basically meant that, for instance, the human race, like we're all human, we're all one race. It's almost like a word for species. You know what I'm saying? So there was only one human race. But it wasn't until the white supremacists started to come along and started to divide people up based on their skin color, basically trying to purport that, you know, the further you were from blonde hair and blue eyes, then that means that you were less human. In fact, that's where you get like the evolutionists and like Charles Darwin and even the people back in 1920 in the in Australia. They started to wrangle up all of the Aboriginal people there, and they got permission from the Australian government to wrangle up all of the Aboriginal people there because the scientists believe that the black people, the Aboriginal people, were the missing link between man and ape, and they ended up killing all of those people. They almost wiped them out of existence, just to come to find out that these people are just as human as everyone else. So when you're talking about race in the Bible, the way that term was used back in the biblical days, it wasn't used the way that we're using it now to separate people.
That's the point we were making. It definitely was used that way. 1 second, let me just push back because I can prove what you said was wrong, just using the Bible, right? So you're saying that the word race started to be used in the way that we use it in the 1800s. I've got a reference here on Etym Online, right? And when you go into the etymology of the word race, it says from the 1560s, right? So these are the 1600s. Now it said people descended from a common ancestor, class of persons allied by common ancestry. From French race, earlier raza, race, breed, lineage, family, 16th century. So from the 16th century, race simply meant your lineage, the family group that you pertain to. Now that's consistent with the Bible because the Bible divides people according to race. God does. Because in Amos chapter 3, hold up 1 second. Let me land on this, brother.
No, you misreading that. When it talks about a common ancestor,
hey, brother, 1 second. Let me just show this point, and then you can go ahead.
No, because you're wrong. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You're reading that wrong.
And I'm trying to correct you.
Alton, I want his reference. I want to hear his reference.
Verse, brother. I'll be real quick. One verse, please, respectfully. One verse. Yeah. Amos 3:1. Look at it. It says, "Hear this word that the Lord hath spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I have brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth." We just saw in the etymology of the word race is equivalent to the word family. God just said the Israelites are their own family, which are separate from all the other families of the earth, which means they're a separate race. Race is a biblical concept. The Bible's about chosen race.
That's faulty logic.
How
that's
do you not
equivocation.
understand that?
How that's a false equivocation.
That's
a false equivocation.
Saying that race is a social construct.
That's a false equivocation.
False equivocation. Construct.
Yahuda.
False equivocation.
Shem, Ham, and Japhet are
prove it in the Bible. Look, we Israelites.
False equivocation.
Yehuda, let somebody else in.
You're wrong. You said we Israelites. You're not even an Israelite. You're fronting to be an Israelite. Stop that. Stop that.
I'm an Israelite.
No, you're not an Israelite.
Why are you so offended in my identity?
Where's
all this hate coming from, Garfield?
Bro, he don't believe. He believes that Israelites can't.
You don't have
the devil spirit in you right now. The devil is a liar, and he hates the truth.
Let me finish, bro.
So when you speak the truth, like, bro, why are you getting so angry?
Let's allow. Hold on.
You're an atheist. Why are you even here?
I'm not even an atheist.
Why is someone that doesn't even believe in God here?
Hold on. Okay, fellas. Jehuda, you landed your plane. Let's allow Garfield to make a statement or question.
Hey, I'm gonna leave right now. Just let me make a comment and then leave.
Wrong. 1 second. Apology. We acquiesce to a faulty premise by accepting their claim that they're Israelites. They have not proven it. When you can prove you're an Israelite, I will say, "Hey, how are you doing, my Israelite brother?" I'm not partaking in that false notion. You're not an Israelite until you prove you're an Israelite. Because Israelite, let me finish, brother, before you interrupt again.
My bad. I apologize.
Usually it's the Bible believing Israelites that have the worst behavior on panels, and they're showing it right now.
I just apologize, brother.
But let me say this. When you say lineage, the Bible is about lineage. I agree 100%. I agree. But the storyline is talking about a specific culture. Yes, God is very preferential to that culture, but it's not about skin tone. It is never about skin tone. This is why you see Jeremiah 14:2, y'all misinterpret that. When Job 30:30, y'all misinterpret that. Because you think the word black is talking about black in a modern day context. Simon the Niger, when you look at the blue letter, it tells you it's a surname. But you guys are not going to see it. Yes, it does mean the word black, but it's a surname. But the fact of the matter is you don't understand the humoral system that existed before black became a racialized term. And by the way, to ladies and gentlemen, this might offend a lot of people what I'm about to say. But when you use a racialized term like black, you're pretty much saying that the people who are non-black are better than you. That's why they called us black. We never called ourselves black in America or in the West. They called us black. It was Negro, then it changed to black. They call it colored. They call us all type of different names. But I yield at this point.
All right, hold on. Let's allow Arthur to.
I was going to make this point and leave. No, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that, please. So I was going to say it's interesting about the surname and stuff. Because when I was growing up,
can I ask you a question before you leave?
You know what? I pinned Arthur's channel.
Sure.
On the comment section, you can ask him as many questions as you like. When
no problem.
Yeah. So yeah, it's interesting because when I was growing up, I was a bit of a darker kid. So in Armenian, we call darker kids sevuk, which is a designator of just being darker. It doesn't mean black. So to the point that Garfield was making, Yahuda, you read a definition, and the definition very clearly was about kinds of things. And then you took that and you read this passage that speaks about families, which goes along with the Greek word ethnos, where the gospel has to go to all the ethnos, all the nations in the English, all the family groups of the world, and then you equivocated them. That's a logical fallacy, man. I'm not going to let you run with that. Okay, you can't read that, skip over a bunch of stuff, and then read a Bible passage. Be like, "Oh, see, the Bible has race in it." It doesn't. You didn't read the word race. You read family.
Has race in it.
Okay.
If you don't run away, I can show you. Even
I'm not running away. I have responsibilities as a man, and I got to go take care of my responsibilities.
Well done.
Shots fired.
That means he's not a feminist.
Outstanding
That
man.
means he's not a
I've been here.
Before
I've been
you
here
do
for.
that, the
I've been here
Bible
for more than an hour,
the
man. I said I gotta leave.
The lion is the wicked that flee away. So just wait, because you can't
That's
just
hilarious.
say something and then run.
Yehuda,
If
I
you had to
stream
handle your
regularly. Hang on.
responsibilities,
I
it would have
stream
been your
regularly. You're not listening. I stream regularly.
Yeah, go ahead.
You're more than welcome to come on my channel and call in, bro. I'm one of the best conversation partners you'll have. I guarantee it. On YouTube, people follow my channel. They know what's up. I'm not running away. Like I said, as a man, I got responsibilities. I got to go take care of my responsibilities.
But you had enough time to make that last point, didn't you?
You can respond to it. I'll give you 2 minutes to respond to it.
All right, great.
I'll give you 2 minutes to respond to it.
2 minutes. Here we go. Right. So everybody, turn to the book of 1 Peter, chapter 2, and verse 9 in the ESV, and we're going to see the chosen race being referenced. Right. Check this out. So this is 1 Peter, chapter 2, verse 9. Now, unless the translators of the ESV got this, terribly wrong, we do see the Bible clearly speaking on race. So this is 1 Peter 2 and 9. But you are a chosen race. I wonder what that word means. What does it mean to be a chosen race? A royal priesthood, a holy nation. You see how it's equivocating a race with a nation? It's the same. Just saying, a nation is a race in the Bible, right? A people for his own possession, that you may proclaim the excellencies of him who called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. So please, Apologia, explain to me why the Greek word genos is being rendered as race.
Because it means
ESV.
kind and class. That's what genus means, which goes back to the original definition you read.
Does it mean race? Does genos mean race?
Bro,
genus
the only one that says race.
Does it mean race?
So hang on. Yeah, it's convenient reading out of the ESV, which is fine. Look, hang on, JP, it's fine. You can use race. Okay,
it's a strong translation.
The word genus in Greek.
Another one: chosen race, chosen family. You see that, Garfield? It says family.
Can you just listen for a couple seconds?
No, it's almost like people got to put you in the back, man. It's like you got to learn how to just land your plane.
It's all good. Here, hey, can you share my screen?
Yeah. To be fair, there are some they say race, but a lot of them say people.
No, let me share my screen.
Yeah, go ahead.
So when it says race, we do this.
I mean, bro, you got to read the totality and see what the conclusion is. But I wouldn't just make a doctrine off of one. Arthur, I don't see your.
Hang on, I'm trying to.
Why don't you set up a one-on-one conversation with Arthur sometime on his channel? I like to listen to that.
If he's down for that, I'll be down for that.
All right, so why don't you put your email in the private chat? Because Arthur has conversations all the time, and you guys could set up a conversation. If Arthur's down with that.
Can you bring that on? I stream. He can call in, man. You know how I do it.
Yeah.
You see that? That's the word race. That's genus right there. Do you read Greek?
No.
That's genus right there in Greek. Okay? That's the way genus is defined and explained in the English Bible. In the ESV. You read out of the ESV.
And what do you think about it saying it means race there? Do you agree with that?
I'm just showing you.
Do you agree with genus meaning race? Can you at least answer that?
It's one of the meanings of it.
Okay, so the Bible teaches race then.
No, because you're equivocating. I don't need to teach you a logic class right now because I can't.
Now you've just contradicted yourself in front of everyone.
You're not listening to me.
You just conceded it says genus means race. You said that's one of the meanings.
Because you're using the way it's using race here is not the way you use race in the common sense.
How do I use race?
Like I said, you're equivocating. You're committing logical fallacies you don't even know the names of, bro.
But it is what it is.
He already explained how he already explained how we use race in a common sense. Nobody.
Yeah, and Arthur is saying the race is not used in that way in the Bible. That's all.
Not how we are using it, though. That's what we've been telling you over and over.
Explain how we use race
common sense when it's talking about somebody's skin color. He literally went through the definition and said, when we talk about race in the Bible likened race to family, to lineage. He literally said that. And then you went and
lineage. They went deaf on that one. Exactly.
No. And then he
Nobody's
went
gone deaf, bro.
on the word race, and then he showed
hold on.
Let's Arthur
respond. Go ahead, Arthur.
No. Let him make his point.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Then he went and clicked on the word genos. He said genos. He said this is how it's used. It shows up race, family, lineage. It shows all that in the usage, which is how we are using it. But for some reason, You guys are so stuck on this color thing. That's why I asked him from the jump before he said he had to leave. What is his definition of black?
Okay, so hold on. So
hang on.
Let me. Do you actually think?
Y'all bless my brother, man. Stay strong in the Most High. Yeah, man.
Okay, let the host speak.
No. Go ahead.
Let me check this out. Matthew 13:47. Okay, Matthew 13:47 says, again, the kingdom of heaven is like a net that was thrown into the sea and gathered fish of every race. Because that's the word genus right there. Every kind.
Hey, Arthur, Arthur, this is Garfi. 1 second, guys. 1 second. If I could bring a balance to this real quickly. Whenever you're reading a Bible, right, especially if we don't understand the language, it's kind of difficult as an English speaker because, pardon me for saying this, but English is really like a bastard language. It's not the greatest language to translate stuff out of. All right. So when people argue about Islam and the Quran, they always trying to go back into the Arabic and say the proper meaning. It's the same thing with the New Testament. It's always good to go back to the original language. Now, with all due respect to Yehuda and the other brother, right? What happened is when the people are transliterating the biblical text and the words, they're trying to find the best word to accommodate a modern day meaning and understanding. So back then, it really could not have meant race because race is a modern day construct. Again, if you have a modern day construct mindset, you're going to retroactively project your modern day mindset on an ancient text. And it's not fair. It's not fair to me. It's not fair to you. So when you say race, when you see race there, there's a purpose why the person puts race in English today, is to give it a better understanding. But in some transliterations and translations, it won't say race. It can say something else. And what we're doing is we're arguing about a word that somebody is using today when race is a social. You just told us with the etymological dictionary that race started in the 16th century or something to do with race and it had to do with lineage. Yep. It didn't have the same meaning it has today. But I didn't want to get you on that. I'm not even trying to get you. I'm trying to make us understand.
Because it's a modern word.
Better. It's just a modern day terminology.
It's a modern word. Hey, final thought. Hey, how many languages do you guys speak?
I don't disagree with you, but think about what I'm saying. And the same thing to Yehuda. I don't disagree with you, but think about what I'm saying.
Okay, can I just respond to what Garfield said? Right, in both apologies. Y'all said race. The word race is a modern word, right? Correct. Is that what you just said? Can y'all
That's define? The definition he wrote. It's from he read a definition where the word race etymologically is taken back to the 16th century.
Okay. So when was the my question to y'all, right? When they were translating the Bible, right, into the English. Let's just use the King James because we know it was published around the 1611. That's when the first publication came out. So when they translated that to race during that time period, how were they looking at that word race? Were they looking at that word how he described it as far as lineage, or were they looking at that word as how we perceive it today, meaning somebody lineage based on their skin color?
Black. There's somebody black or white. And who you asking the question to, brother? Anybody or
to any of y'all that can answer.
Now that's an excellent question. They didn't look at it as race as how we look at it today. They definitely did. I could say that. I'm not even a Greek speaker. I know that for a fact. Because if you go by what Yehuda read, you see, we got to go back to the etymology dictionary. There's no word for race or race at that time period when it was written. So you can't retroactively project that word on the people and say, hey, it means race like how we mean it today. I'm just saying, brothers, there's words in the biblical text that they find the best word to fit. That's why you have a new living translation. Hold on, beloved. Hold on 1 second. That's why you have a new living translation. That's why you have a new King James, because what they're doing is going back into the Hebrew and finding a better understanding than what we had when the
Alton, check your DMs, brother, because I need you to fix that setting. If not, then we're screwed.
If I'm wrong, and this is not a wrong or right issue, it's just what it is.
Okay, so let's erase the race part, right? Does the Bible talk about lineage?
Lineage don't necessarily mean race, bro. Because remember, the Bible is about the Bible centralized word is about the Hebrew family that became into an Israelite family, and the Israelite culture, God preserved them. Based on Deuteronomy 32, 8 and 9, we know God gave them Yahweh and whatever, El and whatever.
You're talking about something I'm not talking about. Please,
there is
brother,
no race as modern day mindset.
Hey, let me just.
Oh my Lord!
Only 1 second. Let me just heavy off what you say.
I really want to say bye to you guys, but I'm going to read this and go.
All right, everybody, please be quiet for 5 seconds. Hold on, brother. Apologia. Deacon texted me, the guy that debated Radar, and he said he'd be interested to have a conversation with you sometime. So there's that.
With who?
You know the guy Radar debated, Deacon?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The guy said he's willing to have a conversation with you sometime.
He's right here, big fat Deacon, right here.
No, that's not Deacon. That's Hasad.
Right here.
Oh, no, that's Deacon.
No, this is Deacon.
That is.
Well, I know that's Deacon.
Again, look, just because I know how this stuff gets used, like I said, I got to go. And I do have to go because it's going to be like, oh, he ran away. But I get it, bro.
I would never
say
that. I would
no, not you. Not you, Deacon. Not you. I just know how it's going to get used because it's not my first rodeo. But I'll tell you this. I speak 2 languages. My wife speaks 3 languages. Some of those languages are old languages. The Armenian Bible was translated in the 5th century. Okay? It's a queen of translations. It's used in modern English translations. Let's put it that way. I got it right in front of me right now. That's it. Armenian. You know how this word is translated in Armenian? Generation.
Yeah, so a lineage.
Serund. Generation. So when we get into these sorts of things, we can speak about the English and throw it around all we want. When you speak multiple languages, when you can read multiple languages, it helps quite a bit. With all that said, I got to go because we spoke about masculinity, started this whole thing off with masculinity. A part of masculinity is being a father. So I got to go be a father right now. I thank you guys for all the conversation, right? God bless you guys. And hopefully I'll see you guys some other time.
Yeah, but
Arthur, I'll definitely come on your channel, Apologia, because I still want my question to be asked. What is black according to you?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
All right.
Because you kept on saying the Israelites are not black.
I'll see if I can be a mediator between you and Deacon to see if you guys are interested in having a conversation. All right.
Thank you.
All right, man. See you. All right, yo, Deacon, I thought you blocked my number, bro, because the text just wasn't going through.
Yeah, I was on the plane. I was on the airplane.
What's going in here, man? What's going on?
Well,
what's going on, my brother?
Peace.
Hey, Deacon and Hasad, are you guys still in Georgia?
No, I'm in North Carolina.
Okay. All right.
All right. Well, we got 19 minutes left. So whatever y'all want to talk about, y'all could talk about. I did want to talk about the brother who has 6 wives, but we're going to talk about that in the next stream because we're going over to Alton's channel. So if there's anything you 2 fellas want to talk about in 19 minutes, y'all can go ahead and talk. Alton's there. Garfield's there.
Beautiful.
And we have a pretty much open panel here. So
Gotcha.
whatever y'all want to talk about.
Okay. Well, peace, Brother JP. Thank you for having me on your platform. Peace, Brother Garfield. Peace, Alton.
Peace,
I think where a lot of the confusion is coming in is with the modern, kind of construction of construct of race, right? And how it's like I think 16th century, you mentioned earlier, kind of construct where they divided people into categories of Caucasoid, Negroid, Mongoloid, etc. What we're discussing right now, very simply, is right. For example, when you read the definition of racist, it's not just limited to one's like when people say race or like the human race, it's not just limited to that. And I think this is where we can begin to have a much better conversation. When you read the definition, it says characterized by or showing prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism against a person or people on the basis of their membership in a particular racial, but then it says or ethnic group, right? So we don't have to hone in on racial group. We can hone in on ethnic group because that ties into one being a racist or not as well. So, Brother Alton, if I'm to assume correctly, you're on here to defend that the God of the Bible is not a racist, correct?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, can you give me an example of an ethnicity?
What do you mean?
Do you have an ethnicity, sir?
Yeah, I do have an ethnicity.
What is that ethnicity?
Let's just say black.
Okay, so then would you say white is also an ethnicity by that standard?
Yeah, in the modern sense, the way we use it here in the Western America.
Okay, so if I was to say it's okay to enslave black people forever and put their children in slavery forever and pass them down as a perpetual inheritance, but you can never do that to white people, is that a racist statement, yes or no?
I'm sorry. What was that?
Okay, I'll repeat it
I
again.
was trying to do something else, but go ahead.
If I were to say it's okay to own black people and their children as slaves in perpetuity forever, and it can be treated as property, but you can never do that to white people, is that a racist statement? Yes or no?
One second, because we're trying to work some technical difficulties here. Garfield, can you tap in just for a second? Because we're working on some behind the scenes stuff here.
Hey,
Garfield,
I'm here.
For
What's up? What's up?
Can you answer Hasad's question? Just
it's a question for Alton.
All right. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and do that.
All right. So can you give us 2 minutes? I'm sorry, brother. We're trying to figure out some technical difficulties here because we're going.
Oh, you're trying to go on. What is?
You know what? I'm gonna make
before I get off here. What is Alton?
Go to community. Alton, you're gonna go to settings.
All
then
right.
you're gonna go to community. You see community. So you're gonna go to. You're gonna
All right,
go
cool,
to.
got it.
You're gonna go to your YouTube studio. You're there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
now
in
when you're in
community
your
right
YouTube
now.
studio, you're gonna go to settings. You see
Hey,
that?
Hasad, you could brush your hair in the meantime. All right.
Yeah, I got. Yeah.
Hasad trying to get them waves, man.
Yeah. All right.
Is it all channels? Oh, okay. Yours. All right.
Yeah. So then go there.
All right.
All right.
Add a
Make
user.
sure you add me there.
It's a real convenient time to start working on the technical difficulties, isn't it?
I mean, y'all supposed to be here an hour and a half ago. So I mean, you know.
I was like, what's that shotgun?
What is Alton's
It's just Alton Johnson.
Well, listen, Hasad, if you're down,
Hey, keep him on the ropes. No, we're not. No,
I'm just playing.
No.
Okay,
listen, we're not down. We want to keep him on the ropes where he's at. Let's continue this.
All right. So JP, you see that?
The boxer in the corner.
All right, you're good now, brother. Well, we still got 15 minutes. We still got 15 minutes. Hold on.
Yeah, we got some time.
All right. So JP, you see that?
You sent me a message. Like you did it. You're good.
Yeah. I sent it.
Okay, now we should be good to go. Then carry on with the conversation.
All right. Cool.
So, Alton, if it's cool, I kind of want to just restart. If that's
all right. Go ahead. All right. Go ahead.
So the definition from the Oxford Dictionary of racist is characterized by or showing prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism against a person or people on the basis of their membership in a particular racial or ethnic group. And I asked you what your ethnic group was, and you said you were black. Then I asked you, then would it be okay to say that white people are also an ethnicity, and you agreed?
Correct.
Let me ask you this too, just before I continue. Would you say that the Israelites are also an ethnic group?
Yeah, you probably can. Let's go. With
Alton, we're good to go. So don't worry about nothing technical. You can focus on the conversation. We're good. I fixed it. We're good now.
Are the Moabites, Ammonites, Canaanites, etc. Are they also examples of ethnic groups?
Yeah, they would be.
Okay. So if I was to say, based on what you said earlier, that it's okay to enslave black people and their children in perpetuity and for them to be treated like property, but you can never do that to a white person, is that a racist statement? Yes or no?
Yeah, let's say it. Let's go with that. Yeah, it's a racist statement.
Okay. In Leviticus chapter 25, God is speaking, and he says to the Israelites, both your slave men and slave women, which you shall have, shall be of the heathen that are round about you. In this context, who are the heathen, Brother Alton?
I'm sorry, say that again. So
go ahead. In Leviticus chapter 25, verse 44, when God says, both your slave men and slave women, which you shall have, shall be of the heathen that are round about you. Who are the heathen in this context?
That would be anybody who is who rejects the Most High God.
Okay, so when it says both thy slave men and slave women, so who's the thy that he's speaking to?
Which one? Which verse are we looking up? Because you're gonna back yourself into a corner with this. But go ahead.
No problem. So I'm in Leviticus 25 at verse 4.
All right. Leviticus 25. Go ahead.
Okay, so it says both your slave men and slave women, which you shall have, shall be of the heathen that are round about you. When it says both your, or thy in the King James, slave men and slave women, who's God speaking to right here?
Hold on. Hold on. What's the verse?
Verse 44.
Leviticus 25 and what?
44.
44. All right, here we go. All right. As for your male and female slaves whom you have, you may buy male and female slaves from among the nations that are around you.
Okay, so who are those nations?
Those will be the other nations that are outside of Israel.
Okay, so those are other ethnicities.
Those are the people groups. Yeah, go ahead.
I asked you, are those other ethnicities, yes or no?
Let's go with your definition. Yeah, they are.
Okay, and he's speaking to one group of one ethnicity, the Israelites, and telling them that they can enslave other ethnicities. Yes or no?
That they can buy them as slaves. Yes, he can. Yes,
Okay.
yes, they can. Go ahead.
Cool. It says, "Of them shall you buy bondmen and bondmaids. Moreover, of the children." What version are you reading, by the way? Just so I can.
I'm reading the ESV.
Okay, I'll pull it up in the ESV just so I can. Leviticus 25 ESV, just so I can make sure we're reading something. All right, so verse 45 now. It says, "You may also buy from among the strangers who sojourn with you and their clans that are with you." So for the record, you can make financial transactions. This ethnicity, the Israelites, can make financial transactions for other ethnicities, other groups of human beings. Yes or no?
Yep.
Okay. It says, and they may
according
be
to this.
Okay, beautiful. And this is God speaking, correct? Okay. And they may be your property, so that you can own them as property.
Yep. Okay. According to the law. Come on.
Okay. And you may bequeath them to your sons after you to inherit as a possession forever. What does that mean? You may bequeath them to your sons after you.
Pass them down, right?
Beautiful. Okay. It says you may make slaves of them. When it says you may make slaves of them, is this talking about the other ethnicities outside of Israel?
Correct.
Okay. But over your brothers, the people of Israel, you shall not rule one over another ruthlessly.
Correct.
So in the beginning, and I'm going to allow you a chance to respond. You agreed that if I were to say it's okay to enslave black people and do what we just got done reading, for example, enslave them, bequeath them to whoever's children as perpetual slaves, but you can never do that to white people, you agreed that would be a racist statement. Here in Leviticus 25, the Israelites are told that they are allowed to enslave other ethnicities of people. You agreed to this, but not each other. And then these slaves that they have, they're allowed to pass down as a perpetual inheritance to their children forever and treat these people as property. So do you admit then that God is racist by that standard that you just agreed to?
Nope, not at all.
Okay, so it's not racist to own people and treat them as property and pass them down as perpetual slaves.
Nope, you're asking two different things.
No,
first of all, no, hold on. Can a person, according to the Old Testament, who is not an Israelite, who's a sojourner, can they become an Israelite?
Can a sojourner become an Israelite?
Yes. Can a person who's not born as an Israelite become an Israelite?
Well, that was not the question. That was not. That
no.
was
You don't try to run the interference. Answer the question.
That's not the question.
No. Because no.
The question isn't if somebody can become an Israelite. The question is can you enslave other nations?
No, because you know.
No, Deacon, it's fine. I got
bro, what you get mad about?
No,
what you get mad about?
You're good, bro. Don't worry.
Because
you're gonna go to sleep soon, and you'll wake up a better man. It's all right. Go ahead, bro.
Because y'all trying to make it seem like that. Once you're born an Israelite, you just stay an Israelite. Nobody else can become an Israelite. Yeah. But if we go through the Old Testament, it clearly says that there are people who have converted to becoming an Israelite. Just like one who was a natural born. So basically, a black man cannot become a white man, and a white man cannot become a black man. So if you're going to try to compare the two, you got to be careful with that. So you can't compare a white man enslaving a black man and a black man enslaving a white man forever. Because in the Old Testament,
I got it.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah,
let's go.
ahead.
No, don't worry.
This guy's slow in the head.
It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, Deacon just mad because he got cooked by Rabbi the other week.
That's all right.
Hold on. Wait. Since he said that, I'll give it right back to you, Hasad. I'll give it right back to you, Hasad. So, Alton, since you said I got cooked by Rabbi.
Check your phone, bro. This is very important.
Okay, hold on. Let me see.
While you're doing that, Alton, can you change your ethnicity?
Shit. My bad. Yeah.
No, you can't.
Okay, so let the record show Alton just said a person cannot change their ethnicity.
Correct.
Okay, beautiful. You just said you cannot change your ethnicity. And then earlier you just said, well, you can't say that you can't equate white people and black people. Here's how you can, because again, they are ethnicities. And you just see, it's the double talking I'm talking about. Now notice this.
Right. So an Israelite is an ethnicity like black and white.
Stop. Listen.
Okay,
you asked me a question predicated upon a false understanding that you just admitted to. So here's how you did that, and you just caught yourself. And I'm going to show everybody how you just killed yourself. You try to ask me, well, can a stranger become an Israelite? We have examples of this taking place in the Bible. The problem with that is this is not what we're talking about in Leviticus 25. We're talking about ethnicities. So you cannot change your ethnicity. So to equate what you believe a stranger becoming an Israelite doesn't work here, brother, because you just admitted someone cannot change their ethnicity. We are talking about ethnicities, Alton. So again, you agreed that if I were to say one ethnicity can enslave another ethnicity and treat them as property and pass down their children as slaves forever, that is racist. You agreed to that.
Is an Israelite an ethnicity?
Now we are reading the Israelite ethnicity being allowed to enslave the other ethnicities and pass down their children as perpetual slaves and as property. Okay. And now somehow, some way, it magically turns into not racist.
Israelites are an ethnicity, right?
Mm-hmm. Are they an ethnicity?
But people can convert to being an Israelite, like a natural born.
Okay, brother, can a person convert to another ethnicity?
I'm asking you that.
You just answered no.
He just said no. Then he just said you can. That's why I say this guy's slow. I'm gonna get it right back to you, Hasad. I'm gonna get it right back to you, Hasad. So since you said, brother Alton, since you said the rabbi cooked me, I want everybody to hear this. The rabbi said when Christ comes back, all you Gentile nations like your black ass is gonna be serving those white Jews. You agree with that too?
I don't remember him saying that.
Oh, exactly. It's on my channel. It's on my channel.
Yo, yeah, bro, you got to pull it up.
Okay, exactly.
Yeah, one way.
Hold on. Hey, Dickie, he say what now?
Rabbi Eduardo
said, don't have much time, fellas.
Rabbi Eduardo said when Christ comes back, according to Isaiah 60:12, that all the Gentiles will be serving the Israelites for the millennial reign, and then in the eternal order, there will be no ethnic hierarchy. Alton, let's bet it. Alton, what you want to bet? What you want to bet, Alton?
Hold on. Real quick. It's
what you want to bet, Alton?
It's 9:55. Hold on. One way said this, and then we got to start wrapping up. But y'all can go to Alton's channel right after this. It says, tell the broke choir boy from Genesis he owes God Logic some money. Pay up, chump.
All right, I got a response for One Way Rabbi. One Way, what's his name? One Way Apologetics. The money that I owe God Logic, I'm gonna pay to his mom for a. Never mind. Don't worry about it.
You know, bro, you trying to get this channel taken down? Come on.
Hey, JP, I'm out of here, man. Peace and love to y'all, man.
All right, I think that's enough, man. That's enough.
All right,
I'm out of here. Alton, I'll catch you on your channel, bro. Peace and love.
All right, cool.
All right, y'all. Peace and love, man. It was good. Hey, Pete. Yeah, shalom, y'all. Peace out.
All right, the water, family. The water.
JP, yeah, appreciate it, JP. Before you close out, you close out at 9, right? At 10, right?
No. I'm closing out now because we're gonna head over to Alton's channel.
Okay. All right. What's your channel, Alton? Is it in the chat?
Alton Johnson. But if you go to the YouTube app, if you go to the YouTube app, if you leave this StreamYard and go on my channel and go to the YouTube app, click on this and click on my live stream. When I end this live stream, it's gonna directly send you to his live stream. So I don't even gotta post a link. Everybody here that's watching is gonna be redirected to Alton's live stream.
Yeah, because I was enjoying our conversation, but I'm hopped on there right now. So.
All right. Alton will post the StreamYard link.
Yeah, I'm gonna post that in the comments. So
you're gonna post that over there in your comments. All right, yeah. Judah, I do want to ask you some questions, brother. So
yeah, I'm headed to the channel, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Judah, what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to leave StreamYard, go to my. You know what? It's better to be safe than sorry. So let me just post Alton's channel in the.
I got his channel. I found him already when I looked him up.
All right, cool. All right.
And look, hold on, wait. Just to confirm, you have like the AI picture, like a cartoonish picture.
Yeah, that's it.
I found you, brother.
Yeah.
All right. I'll see you over there. All right, Alton.
All right, cool. You headed out?
Yeah, you can send me my link.
All right, cool.
Bro, you didn't schedule it for 10 o'clock, by the way, for whatever reason.
Unless it didn't.
Right now. I'll end this when you start yours, cause.
All right. Yeah, it's saying schedule. Oh, you know what? My bad. It should be scheduled for 10. What does it say? Does it say it's scheduled for something else?
No, it says for 10:30. But just go there and start. It doesn't matter.
All right, cool. All right, I'm getting ready to do that now.
All right, I'm gonna kick you out, right, bro?
All right, cool. I'm leaving right now.
All right, I kicked them out. All right, so that was a good conversation. We're going to go over there. If you didn't get an opportunity to join the conversation and debate or what have you, we're going to be over there. So, unfortunately, Deacon and Hasad, no, that's the same person. Deacon and Hasad joined a little late, so there goes that. But we're gonna continue the conversation over there. This is the YouTube link. As soon as he starts, that's when we're gonna start it. So that's what the deal is here. So I'm waiting for him to start it, and as soon as he starts it, we're gonna get it popping. Because I do have some questions on polygamy that I want to ask. And so as soon as this brother starts that live stream, I'm gonna end this live stream. And then once this ends, none of y'all gotta go nowhere. It's gonna send you automatically. So so yeah. Yeah, everybody just hold on tight. Everybody just hold on tight. Start yours, because everybody hold on tight. All right, he's live. He's live. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna end this. So God bless you guys. Yo, oh come on, man, y'all are crazy. All right. Anyways, with that said, I'm gonna end this. So make sure to join that live stream. I'll be over there.